Good morning, student. Am I audible? And my screen is visible. Thank you for your response. Let's we just wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Most of students join. Then we start our lab sessions. So now in last week where we completed our practical 1. Now today we start the practical 2, and that is regarding the basic Windows or Ubuntu or Ubuntu or Linux shell command. So here we learn two OS, Windows as well as the Linux, and that two OS where we see that basic command. That is your practical 2 as per the GTU syllabus. So let's we move to the term that is called command. Now, what is the meaning of command? The command, that is the set of instruction, is used to perform a specific task. Now, which type of the specific task? Like I have create a folder, I have to delete folder, I have to delete some specific file, then I have to check whether my internet is working or not, and many more different type of tasks that we can easily do. So that we called a command, okay, which is perform a set of specific tasks. Now, how the that task it's a work? So it's interpreted by the OS interpreter to a machine language where it can be a understand that a specific task. So let's we go for one example. mkdir a space ram. So here the meaning of mkdir, to make a directory or make a folder and name that assign the ram. So that type of command where we see. So that is the meaning of the command, okay, where we perform a set of some specific tasks. Now to be aware about Windows. So now in a Windows, we easily create any file, delete, copy, move, and many more tasks that we do through a Windows OS. Like if you create a website, if you create PowerPoint file, doc file, Excel file, and many more things that we can do through the Windows, because instructions are executed by the clicking on icon. Now, for example, I have not a click on any icon, but I have to like do some of through OS how we get that details. So first of all, we are aware about a DOS OS as well as the any install OS. Let's, for example, if you purchase a new laptop or a desktop, so it's have a two category. The one category that we called a DOS OS. DOS OS, it means that system if you purchase without OS, so that we called a DOS. It means you have to install any OS as per your requirement. So that a system you get without OS. And now, second that you see in a market with that specific license OS, like Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. So that two terms that you are aware about Windows OS or any other OS specific install. And second task that we have a DOS operating system. And you can apply some specific tasks where you can do it. So let's we go for the basic Windows command. Now the first questions where I have to write that all set of command. Before that, let's we just go for a Windows overview. So let's we go for a Windows old version. Might be you aware about a Windows XP. Then after they have introduced a Windows 7. Then after they introduced a Windows 8. Then updated version Windows 8.1. Then after a Windows 10. So these are the basic version Windows that you are aware about. So first question is where we have to write that all command. So now you just click on the Windows button. So and then you have to type a CMD. So now CMD, that is the meaning of a command prompt. So that is the one application which is by default available in all Windows version, either XP, either 7, either 8, 8.1, 10, or any platform where you can go it. In this, that application it's available. So now just click on the command prompt. Now in a command prompt, I have write down that list of all command where we have to perform it. That is one to answer. Before XP, there is a Vista. Yes, before Vista, there is a version of Windows 98. Yes, yeah, I use CMD. Just you have to click on Windows button and then you have to type CMD. So then you open a command prompt. So let's we have first command that is IP config. Now, if you go for the full form, so that is a Internet Protocol Configurations. It means IP config command, which gives the detail like TCP/IP, that network connections, what is my domain name, and many more detail, which is provided by the where you can get that all detail, and that we called IP config. So let's we go for that command. So now you can see the result. It's a provided wireless LAN, my Ethernet connections, my IP address, that my domain name. Like I have connected through the like a Wi-Fi right now. So you can see a MIPGI domain through. I have access internet. Then that is my IP address. That is my subnet network. So that all detail where you can get from the IP config. It means your IP address, your DNS address, and many other subnet and domain. That all detail you get from the IP config command. Now next command that we have a ping. Now meaning of ping that you check for the whether your internet is working or not. Now, for example, I have connected through the Wi-Fi system. Now, how am I know my internet is working or not? Or I connected through the some LAN network. And then I have to check whether my internet is it's working or not. So that things you check for the ping command, which used to determine if a connection is exist between your computer and another computer via TCP/IP. It means a transmission control protocol or a internet protocol IP address. So now the ping command, which send a small packet informations to other computer, okay, which is returned to if connection is found or lost. It's give the result either connection is found or either it can be lost. So let's we go for that example. So first of all, we write down a ping, then space, and then we write down a specific website name like google.com. You can write down any live website name for the checking of whether its connection is working or not. So I write down team space google.com and then you have to press the enter. Now you can see the result. It's a 4 packet sent and 4 packet it's a receive. So it means your connection it will be a working. It means my internet it's a working. And if you get any lost packet, then it means that a connection it will not working. Maybe they have some lost or a disturbance on that connection. So that is the command ping that check for whether a connection is working or not. The ping, then after space where you can mention a specific website. Now next command that is a rest. So that is again similar like to a ping command, okay, where they have to see the network, how many packet they have to receive, as well as how many hop it's required to get a destination. It means where you can get that alternate IP address detail regarding that a specific website. There is a questions. Is a terminal different applications? Yes, it's different applications. The terminal that we use in a Linux, where we complete the Windows command, then we move to a terminal. But if you go for the Windows, so we have a command prompt applications, and if you go for the Linux, all that versions, so they have a term that we call a terminal. So let's we go for a trace command. Again, same you have to write down any website a name. I will write down like a google.com. So it's take like a 30-second time to maximum 1 minute. Just complete the trace result. Here you can see that is a nearby hop address they have found. Then next another also they have to found. So they give that alternate address. It's depend on your internet connectivity. It's give the result. So let's we continue with next command. Now the next command that we have a dir. So it's a display the list of the directory, file, or your folder name. Now for example, I have to know in a C drive than a desktop how many files and folder it's available. So I have to just go for that path, and if I've typed then dir, so it's give me a list of that folder and file name, and that we called a directory. Now next command that we have a cd, meaning of cd that is the change the directory. Now for example you are in a desktop folder and now you move into the like a download folder or some another drive. So then you have to write down a cd, then space that a specific directory where you have to move it. So that command we called a cd, change the directory. So let's we go for that output. Like I'm currently in a C drive user max. Now in this I have to check, so I have to type a dir and enter. Now you can see the list of a directory like a 3D object, contact, desktop, document, download, favorite, link, music, OneDrive, picture. So these are the my folder available in a specific. So now you can see a 20 directory and one file. So here you can see that is a one file, a one is the one doc, and remaining all are the folder. So that is the result. It's also show the hidden file. Yes, I use it also show the hidden files. You can see here a few represent dot 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 dot. So that are hidden files. Now, for example, I have to move into the like desktop folder or document folder. Like I have to move into the a desktop folder. I have to type cd, then space desktop. Now you can see I have redirect into the now a desktop directory. It means the next directory to I have redirect into the desktop. Now, for example, in a desktop again, I have to check a list of directory. And I have to type up di. Here you can see a list of the directory which available in my desktop folder. It's so the result. What command? There is a questions. What command do we have to use to access a log file? Means a password protected file. That you can directly not access through terminals. You have to just go for that first of all file type, and then you maybe access, but there is a no direct command which access for the password file. So these are the two command, directory and cd. Now for example, again I have to move into the max directory, and I have to back out from the desktop. So then we have to command cd space dot dot. So that is the meaning where you can uh, move out from the current directory. Cd space dot dot, then you have to press a enter. So now you can see I have again redirect to a max directory. So if you go for inside, so that is command cd and write down the name, and if you back, the cd space dot dot. Now next, like for example, if you deleted some file. There is a command, all cmd command work in terms. Can you again repeat the questions? Now next command that we have delete. So we have to write down short form del, then double unit comma that specific file name with that extension. And like if you delete more file, then again space double unit comma that file name, again space and another file name, that also you can go for it. So let's we go for that example. Now you can see in a desktop these are the list of file. Now for example, I have deleted like a 1ec1 a doc file. So then I have to type a delete in a double unit comma 1ec1 with that extension. And now if I press the enter, that means it's deleted that file. Now again, if you deleted one more file, so like abc.txt, so then again you have to write down one more file, so that also you have to write down. That is the command del space in double unit comma file name with that extension. Then like if you create a folder and remove it, then we have a mkdir make a directory. And if you like whatever a folder that you have to make, that you have to like delete, then we have to command rm remove directory. Is all command from command work in termu applications? Darshan, it's supported in a which platform? Okay, in a mobile application, no, it's not supported. So let's we go for both the example, mkdir and remove directory. So like I have to create one workshop folder. So then I have to type mkdir, then name, write down a workshop, then press the enter. So now that folder it will be created. But how I know whether folder is created or not? So then we have command like a dir apt, which gives the list of all directory. So now you can see the comparison easily. The previously you can see here no any workshop folder, and here you can see after the VMware the folder it's created a workshop, and also you can verify the date as well as the time. So that is the way where you can easily check whether a folder is created or not. So now you can see the folder it will be created. So let's I have deleted that same folder. Then I have to type rm. So meaning of rm, remove directory. Then space, write down specific name. Then I have to type a workshop. So now it's a deleted. But how I know? When you go for a directory command. So now you can see here a note any workshop folder it's available right now because I already removed it. So that is two command, make a directory, remove directory. Now the next two command which have ms info 32. Now the ms info 32 which give the detail regarding your hardware device, your component, as well as whatever software and that basic driver that you have to install. That all detail it's provided by the ms info. It means I have to know which os I have run, which that specific versions, then how many ram. So that all a basic detail regarding the system you get from the ms info 32. So let's we type ms info 32. So now you can see the one screen it will be open, system informations it's visible. Just anyone reply me? System information screen is visible. Okay, thank you, student. So now as I discussed where we have a three category: hardware, component and software. Again, if you click on here plus, so it's give the all hardware related detail. Same in a component, it's give the list of all component detail, and a software, it's give the list of all software related details. And here if you go for the summary, so it's a give the list of all summary. It means which OS I have installed. I have installed Windows 10 Pro, that version name. Other OS it means I have dual system, so that detail it can be represent, but I have a single OS. Then which manufacturer, the Microsoft. System name, manufacturer it means device, so that is Lenovo. Which model, which system base 32, 64. Exact model name, which processor, so Intel Core i5 7th generations, that BIOS. That all detail where you get from the system info 32, where you can get a detail regarding the system. Now the next similar information also you get from system info. So here it's a display like a configuration informations about your computer, like same OS, that version, manufacturers, what is BIOS number, unique ID, that all detail. Security information it's provided, then which Windows product ID, hardware detail, RAM, disk, network card for internet access. So that all detail which provided by the system info. So let's we go for that command. So now you can see it's a list represent. So now that is output. You can see the most of information are common: host name, OS, that version, which manufacturer, configurations, product ID. So that is the ID for the my Windows 10 Pro. Then when I have to install, that also give the exact date and time. Then system boot time, Lenovo, which a manufacturer company, which a system base. Then here also you get regarding a memory, RAM, sorry, 8 GB RAM, available RAM, virtual disk space size. Then these are the network cards for the internet access, DHCP detail. So now these are the basic command for the Windows platform. But if you go for each and every command, we have 1000 plus command. And if you learn that, it's take an entire semester. But as a practical, where we have a basic command that is aware about a first year student, and that all basic command we learn it. There is a questions, sir. If you want to make a directory in a local disk, then how we I mean a C2D. So yes, you have to just first of all go for a main root directory, and then you have to redirect on that part. Let's we go for demo. So now you can see I am right now C Windows system 32, like cd dot enter, cd dot enter. Now cd. Okay, I have access protected, but you have to type a cd space d double colon. Then you have to redirect a D drive, and then also in a D drive list of all things you have to add. But I have a SSD, and that I have to put a access, right. That's why I'm not a redirect to directly. So that is the way where you can use a cd command, and that a specific label where you have to mention it, where you go for D drive and that a specific folder also. And then one more way where we just go through it. Now for example I have to, okay, D drive it's not maybe. Some access protected. So here for example if I open this PC E drive MEF teaching or computer workshop, and now I have open it. So here I have to just type a CMD. So now you can see I have E drive MEF teaching or 20 computer workshop. And if I type like a DAR, so you can see a list of directory, it will be a represent. So these are the like I make a few folder, EA1, EC1, EC2, ED1, that is syllabus file, that is PPT, few command, then your tools, that is lab manual. That is the way, like if I go back, so here you can also see like a directory, but instead of all 7 semester, you can see the folder that. So that is the way where you can redirect it. So now we see that basic command of the Windows. Now we move to a Linux. So first of all, we start. I already start my Linux system, and then we move on. I already install Kali Linux in my system. So let's we start it for the Linux practical purpose. So let's parallelly we move to a command while a backend the system it will be running. So now first of all aware about Linux. So Linux that is the open source software. So for example, if you use Linux, it's not require any cost. You can free of cost you can use it. But like if you access the Windows, then you have to purchase that OS with that price. But Linux that is the open source software where you can freely download that. Like we discussed about Linux subcategory and version. So like we already heard the name Ubuntu, where have a different version of Ubuntu like Ubuntu 12, 14, 16, and currently version is 18 and 20. They have recently also released. Then same way in a Linux, like we have Ubuntu OS, Kali Linux OS, Backtrack OS, Metafiles OS, Parrot OS, and many more where we have that a subcategory. Similar way to like Windows have 7, 10, 8, 8.1. In the same Linux where we have Ubuntu, Kali, Backtrack, Metafiles, Parrot, and many more that version have. So now if you go for the Linux OS, so in this we have the one applications that we call a terminal. So through a terminal where we run that a basic command. So now the first command that is the ID. So now meaning of ID which depend current user which are execute on a program. Okay, I'm a root user, I'm a student, admin or specific which user I have to log in it. So that it give the display. Next that we have a PWD. So meaning of PWD, it's give the directory path where you are the currently located. Like for example, in a root, in a document I have located, in a root document or in a subfolder or in a root download folder or in a specific. So that path, if you know, then you have to type a PWD, which give the current directory path and which is represented by the forwarded slash like home username then download or something like that. So let's we go for that demo. So now you can see that is the my home screen for the Kali Linux. And if you like click on the applications, to where you can get a list of all basic software, okay, which is available in a Kali Linux. So here you can see in a favorite terminal it's available. We have to open the terminal, and as well as you can see the here in a favorite bar the already a terminal it will be available. So now we have to just click on terminal. So that is the open terminal. So now the first command that is a ID. So now you can see ID which give the which user I have login as a root. So here you can see the it's a represent root user. Now next that I have a PWD. The PWD it means it represent the current path. So here you can see I have as a root a directory. So just only it's give the path of root. Like in a root, if I go for document that we see in a further, so that it's give that path. So that is the two basic command ID and a PWD. Now next command which have a ls. Meaning of ls list of the directory. It will be a represent. Like if we go for Windows, so where we have a dir. But if you deal with the Linux, so where we have a command ls, which give the list of all directory like a folder and file, which is located on specific drive. The next command which have a cd. So now the meaning of cd that is the same change the directory. Like for example, if you are in home folder, then you have to write move into the download. So then you have to write down cd space download. So then you easily move into the download folder. So these are the two basic command. Ls list of the directory, it's a C, and cd that is the change the directory. So let's I have type ls. So now you can see the result. It's a represent, like you can see the cyber.txt document, hacking.exe, picture, template, desktop, download, music, public and video. So now here you one thing that observe a blue color, that is the represent a folder, and the white color that is represent the file. Again I repeat, the blue color that is represent as a folder, and the white color that is represent as a file. So that is the command that we call ls, list of the directory. Now for example, if you have to move into the document folder, so then you have to use a cd command, change the directory, cd space a name. I will type a cd space a document. So now you can see I have moved into the document directory. Now here I have to know that a file. So like again I have to use ls, list of the file. So you can see only just one file it's available, hello.txt. Now here I know, okay, what is my exact current path. So then I have to type a pwd. So now you can see the pwd which redirect to root slash document. So that is the path where you can get the result, root slash document. Now same questions I have to left out from document folder, and now I have to redirect to direct a main folder, or we call like in a root directory. Then I have to use a cd dot dot. So that is a remove from the current directory, and it's redirect to that previous parent directory. So now you can see I left out from the document, and now I redirect to a root. So these are the two commands, ls and cd. Now next we have mkdir and rmdir. These are the two commands similar as well as similar for the Windows as well as the Linux. The same mkdir, it's a create a folder, then whatever name you have assigned, and same rmdir, it's a remove that folder. So let's we go for that command. So like mkdir, then space folder name. Like I have to create a workshop folder. So now it's a created, but how I know it's a created or not? So I have used ls command, list of the directory. So now you can see the result. The workshop folder blue color, it will be added. If you compare with a previously where a list of directory, so now a workshop folder, it will be added. So that is the command that we called a mkdir, make a directory. Now same like I have to remove that workshop folder, then imdir, then after that a name. So now you can see it's a deleted, but how I know? So again I have to run ls command. So now you can see the output. The workshop folder, it will be a remove. So these are the two commands. Mkdir, it's a make a directory, and if you remove, then rmdir. Now the next command, that is clear. So it's a clear your screen, whatever command that you write into the terminal. Like for example, if you write down a many command, and then you have to close your screen without clear your screen without closing the terminal, then you have to write down the command clear. So it's a clear your entire terminal screen. Now next that we have command if config. It means I have to know in a Linux system, okay, what is my IP address, what is my subnet or MAC address, that details. So that command I have typed, that is the if configure. And that same detail if you know in a Windows, then you have to type a IP config. So let's we go for that demo. So now you can see my screen. These are the list of command. So like I have to type a clear and enter. So now you can see the screen. It will be a clear. Now next command, that is fconfig. So now you can see the output of fconfig. If you focus on second line, inet. So now that is my IP address for the Kali Linux system 192.168.115.134, and that is my subnet address 225.225.0, that is broadcast. So if you know the your IP address, then you have to use the command that we call a if configure. So now these are the basic command for the Ubuntu, or we call like a Linux system, where you are aware about it. And if you like go for each and every command, so we have 1,000+ a command, and it's take an entire semester. But as per the your practical, those are have a basic command that we learn it. Now any query in second practical that we completed? Because these are the basic command when you go for a higher semester, where again you learn in a detail. There is a question, sir. You told to give us some detail about the lab manual in a previous lecture. Yes, that's now the 10 minute that we discuss about a lab manual as well as the Google Classroom. So let's first announcement that is regarding Google Classroom, okay, which I already provided a link in a WhatsApp group 2 times. So now tell me, those are the right now join student, that all student are join the Google Classroom, or is there any student okay, those are the present and not join a Google Classroom? Okay, those are the new join student. Again, I forwarded that link in a WhatsApp group. So please, by end of the day, you have to join that classroom. And if you are new student, it's okay. Once within a 2 to 3 day, your internet it's sorry your email ID it's working, then you have to join it. But make sure you have to join with institute email ID. Okay. So remaining all students are already joined the Google Classrooms. Roll number 28, you are a new join, Sakti. Okay, again I repeat, those are the new join student. Just log in with MEFGI website. You have to log in with your user ID and password through the website. And if you log in with a website, where you get one pop-up menu, where right hand side you get your email ID as well as your default password. And maybe your email ID is not visible. Just wait for 1 or 2 days. Then might be you get your email ID and password, and then you using of that Gmail account, you have to join that Google Classroom. Those are the new students. Just wait for 2 to 3 days. Then your email ID it will be activated, and then you can join it. Okay, now there is a one questions. Sir, can you please share the lab manual again? I already uploaded a lab manual in your e-content. So just go for your e-content where you can easily download your lab manual. I also uploaded syllabus, PPT, and a lab manual. So that three detail I already uploaded in your e-content. So you can download anytime. It's not only you have to one time download, then file it will be a removed. It's a permanent available in a login in an entire semester. You can download anytime. PPT, syllabus, as well as the lab manual. Mm, there's a question, sir. My mentor is still not allocated. For the mentor, you have to just wait for a few days, and if not updated, then you ask to your class counselor, Jekyll, sir. So let's we move with a lab manual, okay, how you can represent it, and what are the point that you have to take care. So now you can see that is the home page. Now PDF file it's visible. Computer workshop lab manual. I use that will be updated within a 1 week. So that a same file number of 18 page I have uploaded in your e-content before 1 or 2 week ago. So you have to just download that doc file. Now you have to go for a page number second, where you have to write down your name, your class, days, your whatever lab batch, aromat number. Right now you are not generated. Here you can mention your roll number. Has a satisfies completed his and her term work in workshop. Subject in a bracket you have to write down a computer. So that four detail you have to fill it. Again I repeat, your full name, your class days, your respective batch, your roll number, sorry, your roll number here, and here a workshop subject, a desk in a bracket computer. So that detail you have to fill it. Then you have to upload that file into the Google Classroom. By end of the day, I have created a link in Google Classroom where you upload your lab manual. So now you just go for in detail. So that is too practical. We actually perform a basic command and web development. So here a first practical, a basic command with description, and that a screenshot I already make a lab menu. You can see that all command Same way for Ubuntu, that all command you get it. Same for HTML basic egg also I have added. We have to just add only a second page detail. The rest of the all things I have provided as a ready-made. So now any questions for the lab manual, making of the lab manual? You have to just add only 4 parameter: your name, your class, dash batch, roll number, and workshop subject. And list of the all content I already provided. Now I have provided a 2 week time. Carefully listen, a 2 week time. Today by end of the day, I have created a link in Google Classroom. So within a 2 week, you have to upload that lab manual in a Google Classroom. It's a compulsory thing because it's have a internal mark weightage. That's why. There's a question. We have to print it or just write down in PDF. No need to print out that lab manual. You have to just go for a doc file where you can edit it. Just add your name, class, roll number, and workshop subject name. That only detail. And then you have to upload that lab manual into the Google Classroom. No need to print out that. Now any other queries? You get a 2 week time. It's a sufficient or can I extend? The 2 week time is a sufficient for submitting the lab manual. For reason of 2 week, just it's a only 5 minute work time because you have to just download, add your detail. So it is only 5 to 10 minute time. But you new student are added. That's why I have provided a 2 week time. Few student maybe not join Google Classroom, so that also get a sufficient time. That's why. So now any query regarding that's a question, sir. I have not uploaded any file in Classroom, so it's easy to upload. Yes, it's easy to upload, and if you face any query uploading the file, you can personally send me the message in a WhatsApp. There's a question, sir. We have to remove underline, or should we have write the name? You want just remove the underline, and then you can write down the name. There is a question, sir. Can you please give the classroom link? Yes, after the completion lab, again put a link in workshop. Sorry, in a WhatsApp group. There is a question. Can we compile a Java program in CMD? Yes, but before that you have to set a aromat variable path in your C drive where you install a JDBC as well as a JDK. First of all, you have to install a JDBC. That JDBC path you have to copy it, and that path you have to add, and then you can run a Java program in a CMD. So now today we completed both practical as per our syllabus. And now the next week onwards, you redirect to a mechanical department faculty where they have to teach mechanical related that experiment in a workshop subject. That is the last lab for the computer department. So can I repeat any query for two practical from computer department? Because this is the last lab. And if you feel any query, you have a WhatsApp number in my WhatsApp group where you can put me a message anytime. So now I already take a screenshot of list of all joined students. So don't worry regarding your attendance. You get your attendance. So thank you, student. You can let the meeting if you not have any query. I already take the screenshot, a list of all joined student, and that all student you get the attendance.